probably tired of us asking about this, but there's a report last night that Giannis met with you guys to discuss some of the rumors. Just did that meeting happen, and just if so, what did he say?
I don't really know, honestly. I don't really remember a time he met with us. Yeah, he didn't sit us down like The Apprentice. You know, it didn't go down like that.
From Full Court Pass, Giannis Antetokounmpo, according to Chris Hayes, met with the Bucks teammates, as we just heard Kyle Kuzma talking about, to address trade rumors, told them to focus on basketball, not allow outside noise to distract the team. What a jackwad.
Why are you laughing?
Because
why are you laughing?
He creates this noise. Don't go listen to my noise. And sorry, I can't be out there on the field, on the court with you to help out. But yeah, ignore the noise, guys. Yeah, it's my agent and I. Sure, we've been talking about other places that I would like to play.
We haven't seen other people do that before.
Noise.
We haven't seen other people do that before. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know. This. I'm trying to remember guys orchestrate their trades out of town all the time. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember the layer of, I met with my teammates and I told them all to ignore the noise that I've created. How many times I'm not saying it's never happened, but how many times can you remember that happening?
A lot. A lot of guys do it. A lot of guys do it.
I'm not saying a lot of guys don't do it. I'm saying reports about it.
No, I mean, I don't know. Not that often. Not as often.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, Giannis, my goodness. So... Travis keeps bringing this up. Travis, of course, he's done this show before, and Boston has entered the chat Monday through Friday. We discuss this all the time. He's a big proponent of, is this guy going, and when, and where, and all of these things.
Right.
You tell me if you disagree. I think ultimately Giannis is going to play somewhere else, be it the Knicks or wherever. I don't think it's happening this season.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't think he's getting dealt before the deadline. I think this is an off-season thing.
Summer, yeah. 100% going to be a summer. I think it's too hard to move these contracts right now, especially with the CBA and also
And the injury. Don't you want to see what he looks like after this?
100%, 110%. Anytime a calf injury comes up, you get nervous now.
Yeah.
We talked about that beforehand. I also think, we were just talking about, you have to wait till January 15th to do this guy, and January 5th.
Right. It opens up your options.
Yeah, so I think it's going to take that long to get something done. I mean, you can have those conversations just like how we did, have a conversation about whether the Celtics can make a move, with the Warriors and talk about it. We'll do this once January 15th happens and blah, blah, blah. But also a lot of things change between now and January 15th. We're not even a month until then at this point as we sit here. And then on top of that, I think most of these teams don't want to uproot what they have going unless you're a trash team, right? If you're a contender, let's just say you're the Thunder. You're not doing anything to mess up your chemistry right now. You're the Rockets. You're also going to say, we're kind of figuring out our identity. Reed Shepard's playing better. Amen Thompson's playing better. We're figuring out who we are. Why are we throw out a Şengün or something like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To go get Giannis. If you're sitting there at the top, you're saying we're starting to figure out who our identity is. While we completely uproot that to go get Giannis when history shows us Luka got traded in the middle of the year. Did the Lakers win a championship?
Didn't sniff it.
KD got traded in the middle of the year. Did the Suns win the championship? These are the questions that people are going to look at and ask themselves, does a midseason trade actually put you in a position to win this year?
It's very rare.
Very, very rare.
And I'm talking about in general, even, does this role player put you over the top? It's very rare that a star moves midseason and takes a team over the top.
Right.
It's just for any number of reasons.
Right. So I think you're right. It's going to take into the summer. It's interesting news. Obviously something we have to talk about because the Celtics play this team tonight. Without Giannis, as you said, he is injured. KPJ has been going off. I don't know if you've seen, but he's averaging 27 points a game.
Yeah, I mean,
in December.
He's brought them the consistency that Rollins was bringing them early in the year. Now he's kind of fallen off.
Yeah,
I don't really know why.
I feel like
He was just playing over his head. That's simple.
And tape,
Yeah.
Well, like I said, people are going to start figuring you out the more they see you, and I think people are kind of starting to figure him out just a little bit. And
So are the Celtics going to have KPJ figured out? Kevin Porter Jr. For
I
anyone
feel
who
like
doesn't know?
he scores. He's been scoring. It's been a lot of the off the court issues with him since he's gotten to the league, but. He's been a guy who's came in on every single team, whether it was the Clippers or the Bucks or the Rockets, and he's been a guy that's put up big numbers. And you look up and you're like, why are the 2-70 Rockets KPJ having a 40-point dang near triple-double? Like, what's going on? Like, he's been that guy on bad teams that's put up points. Once again, the Bucks right now are a bad team. Like you said, they've been putting up stinkers. They've been losing games, dropping games. Giannis has to have meetings with guys to tell them not to worry about the outside noise. This team is garbage right now. Let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah.
No pun intended. So, he's probably going to have his fill. I think Jordan Walsh will slow him down because he has had some issues with physicality and stuff like that in his career. That has been a way that you can figure out a way to slow him down, and we know that's what Jordan does right now. He's out there using his fouls, and I think he had 0 last game, though, which was surprising to me. But, he's playing physical, and he's earning the title as a defender in the league, and so refs are allowing him to play physical. And so it might be a rough night for KPJ, but I can guarantee you this. It's going to be a rough night in Milwaukee for the Milwaukee Bucks, 100%.
So who's the catalyst to that being true? Is it Jaylen Brown? Is it, more of what obviously Derek White has been doing of late? He's had a very good December. Peyton Pritchard, you're getting, I don't want to say inconsistent because it sounds like I'm minimizing their impact, but offensively, some inconsistencies, whether it's Minot, Walsh, Pritchard, some of these guys. But obviously the head of the snake, goes without saying, is your reigning Eastern Conference Player of the Week, your maybe MVP candidate, leading scorer potential. This dude, Jaylen Brown, who is absolutely, if we're to sit here and say, okay, who's on the list at this point in the season of all NBA players, all-stars obviously, JB is a top 10, 12 player in the NBA at this moment. 30-plus points in, I think, 6 out of his last 7. The one time he didn't do it, messed around, got a triple-double. He's been playing great, and then he goes home after games and just streams on Twitch to all of his fans. So he's living a different kind of life in the without Jason Tatum era. But does he do it again? Does he go out and collect the bag in Milwaukee?
Yeah, I think JB is JB. He's an MVP candidate, like I said, from the beginning of the year, a guy that I pegged as a top 10 guy. I mean, I would hope that he would start to get into top 5 conversations now with the way that he's lifted this team. But I think this is a Kata game. And the reason I feel like this is a Kata game is because I don't respect what the Milwaukee Bucks are putting out there in the front court right now. Like, they have a two-big lineup that they've been running with Jericho Sims, who I feel is like a defender that's always been the athletic guy, but doesn't understand positioning, doesn't understand where to be on the NBA court, doesn't understand how to use his athleticism to be a physical big, to block shots, to get rebounds. I mean, they went out there and played against the Pistons, who also obviously is a physical team, but a team that the Celtics kind of out-rebounded and out-physicaled and beat here in TD Garden, and we'll see them again on Monday. And against that Bucks team, against that Pistons team, Jericho Sims and Miles Turner combined for 56 minutes. How many rebounds do you think they had in that game? 56 minutes, 2 athletic bigs in this league.
7.
They combined for 4. 4 rebounds. So I feel like this is a game where Kata, who we know has been a consistent force, a consistent double-double guy, as one of our commenters before the season made sure to let us know that he would be. I think Kata is going to have another big game that we all appreciate it. And we look up and we say, Kata's got 19 and 12? Yeah. Kata's going to have one of those games tonight.
The three-point shooting for the Celtics has really been a difference of late. And I'm not giving you like again, they've won 10 out of 12. I'm not going to give you a sampling of that kind. But just over these last 3 games, 20 of 47, 24 of 45, 20 of 47 again. Celtics have been raining threes.
Yeah.
You expect that to continue in Milwaukee?
I do. I think a team that is rested and has their legs is important for a three-point shooting team, and they haven't played since
So
Sunday.
much rest.
They've had a lot of rest, and they're gonna have
Too
a
much
lot
rest.
more. They're gonna not play again until Monday. So I think a team, and also they've been focused probably on the Bucks for a little bit here. You know what I mean? They've probably been talking about them for at least 2 or 3 days now. And so they know exactly how they're going to attack this team after watching them play against a team that they've already faced with the Pistons, like I said, in their last game. So I think we are going to get a great shooting night. I think anytime that Hauser goes back home towards the Midwest where he's from, playing in the arena that he's extremely comfortable with. That's the same arena that Marquette plays in. I think he's going to have a good shooting night. And any night he has a good shooting night, the Celtics have a good shooting night. So I do think the three-point shooting is going to continue tonight.